Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 5 of AOD Doggies. Let's get started.
To Brienne!
Roll the Constitution saving throw. No, I'm kidding. I'm
We're all gonna die!
I'm kidding. But you also hear a symphony of brass and drums colliding with the sound of nature around you.
What, is there a party going on? I roll perception.
Parade? Yeah.
I think I smell stuff.
I smell a lot of stuff. Ripe for the taking. We need to find a person who we think we can trust to help us buy things.
Chele kneels down to you and says, My friend, beyond the fact that you just peed on the woman I was trying to vie for her attention with, how can I help you?
You're so good at this, Chele. I wish I was as good as you.
You say out loud.
We're so bad at this.
Well, I guess the dog's out of the bag.
There is a man standing in the boat who completely does not resemble David Boreanaz.
He can call me daddy. No, I would call him daddy. That's the right way.
We're sailing off into the sunset.
Sail off into the sunset.
Towards the haunted
I
island.
want to talk to this man so bad.
And now we have
Next
David
time
Boreanaz.
on Doggies.
All right, guys. I think we're here. I think you guys can do it. Try not to go off track too much.
Yes. No.
Yeah,
I
Crystal.
blame you and the cucumber man. You brought me here early. You woke me up. I do not do mornings. And he was even late.
Are you kidding? This is sleeping in for me. This is sleeping in for me.
Clerk Kent, what do you need with all of those cucumbers?
I'm a master pickler.
The man likes to pickle.
I roll a crit 20 every single time I pickle.
Well, listen.
One day a year, my house turns into a dill fest.
I said, well, you put me in a pickle because I need my beauty sleep.
Well, okay. Crystal, thank you for coming. Daniel, thank you for coming. Wilson, thank you for being here. Clark Kent, thank you for bringing snacks for the table in the name of Pickles.
I crunch into a pickle.
Here, give me one of those. And I reach over and I grab a pickle from your jar.
Grab another men's pickles. Won't Clyde get jealous? He might.
I think he's fine. Why would Clyde get jealous? Just look at each other really awkwardly. There's no response. And we all just turn back to the table.
Anyways, Crystal, what are you complaining about? I was here an hour early.
Doesn't that mean you waited outside the door for 2 hours while this man went and made pickles?
That is what that means, but it was fine.
Wilson, didn't you get the memo?
What memo?
That we were starting a little bit later today? Or
Did it
earlier
really-
later?
Early? Well, I got the earlier one. I didn't get the later one until it was already here.
I sent that like a week ago.
Are you sure it's sent? Because we all know that that bathroom is a dungeon.
I was not in the bathroom this week,
Are you sure?
baby.
I don't know, Snow. You seem a little hesitant about that one.
I was not in this bathroom. I was in a different bathroom.
So you still went to the Oval Office.
Dang. Okay, you know what? We're gonna move on from this.
Moving on.
Your vessel, the Lunar Ingress, bobs calmly with the ocean waves. Some water splashes against the hull of the boat and crosses the threshold onto the deck, soaking the unconscious Crystal. The cold water brings you to your senses as your eyes open, and you find yourself blinded by the strong light of the sun.
Or is it the light of an angel?
No, now you're just waking up.
Several gulls fly overhead, crying out in that familiar fashion. One alights itself atop the mast. you see your companions spread out across the deck. Spark, let's start with you. What are you doing on the deck of this little tiny vessel?
I'm biting the waves.
You're like physically going after those waves, huh?
I love waves.
Oh,
Character development.
That's adorable.
oh, okay then.
I am a Sheba.
All right. So Spark is standing over the edge of the boat.
I'm very excited by these waves and the water splashing.
I'm going to have you roll a constitution saving throw because you are ingesting seawater.
I'm not actually ingesting it, I'm just biting at it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but when you bite water, it's still going to go in somehow. Okay. Just want to see, do you feel a little sick after drink? It hasn't started to get at you yet, but
Yet.
I do the Sheba dance.
Are we talking the, like, spin your head and become a drill dance? Or are we talking...
No, I thought that was a corgi thing. No, that dance that they do where they are hopping from one leg to the other.
all right. So Spark is standing over the edge of the boat and he's biting at the water. Daniel, what is your character doing?
I'm watching Crystal to make sure she doesn't do anything miraculously stupid again.
Okay, so you're looming over her once unconscious body, which is starting to wake up. All right. And Wilson, what is your copper doing?
How smooth are the planks on this boat?
Not terribly smooth. It's a sea boat that hasn't really been well taken care of.
Perfect. Copper's gonna roll over on his back and do that thing where he kind of shimmies around and like bites at the air to scratch his back.
Wait, so he's biting at the air to scratch his back?
Well, no, he rolled over. He's on his back and he's kind of like shimmying with his paws in the air, biting at the air, enjoying himself.
Adorable. Okay. So Crystal, you waking up. How you feel?
Oh, is that the light of an angel? Ah, no, it's a demon. Demon dog.
Hi.
Hi.
Boreanis, save me, Boreanis. I feel faint.
Aren't you the one with the, like, arcane mafia dude? So you're probably closer to the demon
Yes,
than
but
anyone
you
here?
see, David Boreanis is a lot hotter than the demon.
I'll let him know you said that.
There is
Oh,
no
he
David
already-
Boreanis on this boat. There is Bones.
Same difference.
No, we can't attribute David Boreanis. Like, as much as he looks like him.
And is named after a character that he played in a TV show.
He didn't play a character in a TV show called Bones. He was part of a TV show called Bones. Get it right. And also, Bones was the female character.
Okay, look, I didn't really care. I just looked at all the pictures.
Crystal, you have access to the internet?
Well, not here, but I used to. Ah,
She
think
didn't
I'm
even
out of
watch the
date?
show. You didn't even watch the show. You just looked at pictures. And you guys pretty much all had a chance for a long rest. Did any of you take it? Crystal, you already did. You're healed back. You can roll your hit dice to heal back your health. But did the rest of you take the opportunity to take a long rest?
Yes.
Okay. Did Spark take the opportunity?
I'm assuming he did.
Okay, so you slept.
I would have taken a dog nap.
So you took a dog nap. So you wouldn't have taken a long rest. You took a short rest.
What's the difference?
The short rest only lasts for an hour, and the long rest takes about 6 hours and gives you full sleep, and it also recovers the hit dice that you spent for the day.
Oh, no, that sounds way better. I'll do that.
Okay. So, guys, as you continue to go about your business, biting at the water and scratching your back for God knows how long, Bones comes out from the cabin. He is carrying an apple, which he brings up to his mouth, and he crunches down on. You just hear the scrumptious juiciness kind of reaches your ears, and it's running down his face a little bit.
Listen to that crunch and watch those fluids drip.
Context.
I want you all to roll a... Actually, no. How long has it been since you last ate? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I think
a
you
while.
all are pretty hungry at this point.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I don't think
starving.
we've eaten for a full day.
Yeah, so you guys are starting to feel a little bit of a rumbly in your tummy. I don't know who has food on them, but now would be the perfect time to procure that.
I have a flask of oil.
Don't drink that. That might kill you.
I
have rations.
Oh, wait, I should probably
I have 5 rations.
double check that.
Does anyone else need rations? 'Cause I
I feel like you would have
5.
eaten some of those rations along the way, except for the biscuit day. And
No, because
Okay.
we got fed by the elves. So we
you got
left
fed
the
by the
town.
elves once.
We
They
got
didn't
fed by
feed
the
you.
cat.
Hold on. They didn't feed you. They gave you a snack.
No, they fed us.
They gave you an
You said they gave us
SNACC.
You said they gave us free food. Anyways, listen. We got fed by the cat.
I'm sustained by snacks. I don't know about you guys.
Okay, you guys do need to eat a full meal at some point.
I
so I'm
Listen,
gonna
Snow. I ate a full meal. A full meal of berries.
46 berries, and it made you. Oh yeah, you're right. By the way, during one of those days, we didn't cover it because it was a little gross, but you did have diarrhea that lasted for about 2 days of the journey.
I knew those bushes were suspicious for some reason.
Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me, Wilson.
You're
That's
welcome.
great.
I have 10 days of rations on me.
How do you have 10 days of rations?
I have a Dungeoneer's pack.
It gives you 10 days of rations?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, you guys had to have used these rations per day. You've been in this game 8 days.
Okay, so I have 2 remaining
So-
days of
No,
rations.
so
I'm
subtract
probably
a few
fresh out then.
subtract the days where you did get food. There was about 3 of them.
Okay, so I have 5 days of rations.
Okay,
Now, do I get any bonuses because I'm used to starving?
no,
Is that not how starvation works?
that's not how
No.
starvation works. It just means that you don't have to eat as often, but you still have to eat.
Well, I've eaten here and there. I'm watching my figure.
Does anyone else want a ration? Because I have a extra ration and I have a water skin.
I would love to eat something. Thank you for being such a gentleman, Spark.
Spark
I-
is gentle. And
I give the rations or the ration to Crystal.
okay.
Now
Hey, Bones,
there are no
Bones.
rations.
Bones,
Yeah, what's up?
you have bones.
No, I don't have bones.
Then what are you gonna eat?
He's eating an apple. He like takes the apple and like just bites into it as you say that.
Wait. You don't have bones? How do you stand?
Okay, I need to roll a will save, like a wisdom saving throw on that, because okay, no psychic damage to be taken, but ow, ow. I feel violated by that joke. Complete violation. Okay. So you all can take a look around the boat if you want. Make perception checks.
I'm gonna look for bones.
Because when you guys set out, it was starting to get darker in the evening.
I've got a 17.
15 total.
Okay.
I crit.
So Crystal crit. Spark, what about you? What do you have?
What am I rolling again?
Perception.
Perception. Okay, I'll double check this so I don't roll
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
like I keep
Do it.
doing.
Do it, you won't.
At 21.
Okay, good, excellent. Okay, so you guys are all able to just take a look around the boat. You see that it is laden with these crates. There's not that much standing space, so you actually find yourselves having to climb up on top of them. The boat is about 40 feet in length. It has one center mast. I didn't really give this description earlier, so I'm trying to make up for that. It has the one center mast. It does have a small cabin, but Bones will not let you go inside of it. He hasn't let you go in. And you do see that as you're looking out that you can see the mainland behind you. And you've actually put a good amount of distance between you and the mainland, but you also see the island. And you're not really able to see it that well. You can kind of see that there are clouds kind of hanging over it. There's a lot of clouds in the sky, but this area seems a little bit more foggy and difficult to see. But Crystal, you do see the peak of a spire towards the center of that island.
Ooh, there's a hidden wizard tower. A city in the mist.
Stas, how about you roll your survival for me?
14.
With your knowledge about sailing and how fast a ship can travel, you can tell that the wind has been pretty consistent from the day before, and that with a consistent tailwind that you should have pretty much reached the island by this point. So you're a little wary of the fact that you haven't reached there.
I wonder if there's like some sort of trying to think of the word. I'm sorry, current. There we go. I wonder if there's some sort of current or other magical force preventing us
I
from
didn't
moving
know
as
currents
quickly.
were magical.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you can just make the water move in a different way depending on what magic you possess.
Probably could.
Oh, and Crystal, one other thing I forgot to mention is something that you see on the island is what appears to be a lighthouse, but it's not shining or anything. And you actually can see that it kind of looks like it's broken up.
Yeah, is it closer to like the coast of the direction we're going?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see it on our way there.
Yeah, but it was easier for you to see through the lots of clouds and, the mist and not steamy.
Nice and steamy experience on this boat, if you know what I mean.
No, please don't.
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, we do.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wondered if I could pee a little ball to tell me the weather. Why
You
is
wanna-
everyone looking like this? Perfect. I need to summon my pee ball to tell me the weather to make sure that there isn't going to be a storm while we're on this boat.
God dang it, you want me to do that voice again?
It's kind of cute.
Okay, hold on one second. Stas, but you do, again, by the knowledge that you have about sailing and whatnot, you have some suspicions that, yes, it could be magical, but also that there's probably a mechanical aspect to it as well.
So the boat isn't functioning properly.
Well, you could always talk to Bones about it.
Well, I'll have to talk with him, I guess.
I'm giving you a chance to talk. Take it.
I'm g-
Nah, I think he's just gonna do nothing.
I choose to do nothing.
God dang it!
I'm going to walk over to Bones and tell him that I think something might be wrong with his boat.
What? Nothing's wrong with the boat.
Well, then why haven't we reached the island yet? We should have reached it by now.
We left the mainland later in the evening, so it got dark. The lighthouse isn't working. The lighthouse hasn't been working for over 100 years at this point. You think we're going to just sail straight into the island in pitch black with just one lantern hanging on the end of my boat? You think we can reach it, but I don't have a lighthouse to tell me, hey, you're going to crash into this island. Or, land on a shoal. I don't know.
I've done dumber things.
And he says, I put down anchor last night when we were about 10 miles away from the mainland. We have about 20 more to go. We'll probably be there maybe in 4 hours at this point.
Okay, that makes sense. I just wasn't sure if there was something like the boat was getting heavier because it was leaking and then, that wouldn't have been good.
Yeah, no, trust me. I've had that happen once before on a different boat. I checked this baby out. She's fine. She's great. He strokes the side of the boat on the railing. Good girl. That's
Front
it.
boat.
I know I am.
I'ma pretend I didn't see that or hear it.
Yeah, but then he goes back into the cabin and he comes out and he's basically put on a few gloves and he's going around and he's adjusting ropes and making sure that he tightens things. So yes, now Wilson, you may summon your ball of pee.
Start to pee on the deck. Wait, I gotta
Hold
pick
on.
where I mark my territory. Right on the main mast in the center.
Okay, I rolled to see if Bones would see it and get upset that you're peeing on his precious baby, but sure. You walk on over to the main mast and are you a heathen dog or are you the squatter? Are you heathen squatter or are you a lifter?
Oh, I leg lift.
Okay, he's a leg lifter. Got it.
Gotta pee on that pole.
Okay, so you pee on the pole and you hear that familiar little ringing sound and out pops the little pee ball.
Hello, I am your people. How can I help you?
Oh, that
What's
doesn't
the
get
weather?
less weird.
And she just floats there above your face. And the smell of pee is in the air, made worse by the salt and the wind that's kind of blowing it around.
Oh, thanks. I needed that today.
What's the weather?
Today, cloudy with a chance of no rain. Yay! Poof.
Okay, we're good.
And I have successfully marked my territory on the entire boat.
Oh, no. Whenever you pee and she goes into pee ball mode, that pee dissipates.
No!
You have not marked your territory.
I'll find another place to alleviate myself.
When? You need to tell me when.
As soon as I feel like there's something in my bladder.
Okay. I don't know when that's going to be, so you tell me when you pee and I will roll to see if Bones sees you. And if he
I'll
throws
pee
you
in 2 hours.
in 2 hours, okay, you got a little bit of a while. Okay. All right. So after the prediction ball of pee dissipates, you guys sail onward for probably about 2 hours, doing the same things that you've been doing because you're dogs and you've got nothing better to do. Stas, you still have the red squeaky ball, so I don't know if you play with it or not.
I think you meant Spark.
Spark, not Stas. Spark. Stupid SSCC.
We need to get a boat so we can name it this.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Spark, you have your little squeaky ball. Now, Spark, you do have the opportunity to take a moment and a short rest to look at the cards. You don't have to do it now. I'm just letting you know that that is an option in order to learn a little bit more about the cards. And that's basically what Jack was telling you to do. So
Yes, I did do that.
So you take the moment to do a short rest and you pull the cards out of your pack and you stare at them and you continue to stare at them until finally it dawns on you. These cards are cards of circumstance.
Oh my God, they're cards of circumstance. I don't know what those are.
You pulled out a card to basically do an experiment. And as you did, a bunch of rope just kind of fell from the sky onto the boat.
I am very excited by this rope.
So it seems like the cards will produce items for the different areas or biomes that you're in.
Can I pick a card that I want to happen, or do
No,
they only happen
it's
if
random.
I draw at random?
It's a random card, and a random object will come out that matches like the biome that you're in, but it's a card of circumstance. It could be helpful to you. It could be completely dangerous.
I go to Crystal and I say, Crystal, pick a card.
Ubi.
Also, every time you pull out a card, that card ends up disappearing and gets used up. So you had
How many cards do I have?
A 52 card deck.
it's normally a 52 card deck. When you got the deck, roll a d12 for me.
6.
6 cards are missing, so it's a total of 7 that are missing from that 52 card deck.
Quick math.
I can't do quick maths.
That's 45.
Yeah.
No, 45 left.
Now there's 44 because I'm...
No. 52
He's going to have
7.
Crystal. He's saying Crystal.
Oh, yeah. Gimme. I reach a paw over. Ooh. This one. I got Jack of Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds. Roll your reflex or roll a dexterity saving throw.
I have that. That is a number. That is 14.
13 doubloons fall from the sky and smack you in the head.
Ow! Money! Oh my
But the
gosh,
card
you
disappears.
you have a free ATM at your disposal?
You don't know which cards are left, though. You don't know what was drawn already.
Uh-oh.
But you do find that if you try to shuffle through the cards, that you actually can't, pick out a card that you want. You actually can only draw one card from the deck at a time. Otherwise, the cards will completely disappear. So you can't pull out the whole deck. It won't let you.
What if you summon the whole deck at once?
You actually can't do that. It only allows you to draw one card at a time. It's it's magically bound like that.
Snow, since I guess we have time to take a short rest and everything, would you mind if I get to inspect the collar I'm wearing?
Sure. You can take a moment to look at the collar.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to look at the collar to see if there was anything special about it.
So you take the moment during the short rest and you look at you find a way to remove the collar, probably by going to Bones and asking him to take it off of you.
Yeah, we're good friends.
He hands it back to you. And you take that moment and you stare at the collar. And you stare at it and stare at it until finally it dawns on you. The collar, while it does give you a bonus to your AC, while the collar appears really pretty to you, in actuality, you can see that it's kind of like an illusion for the wearer. It's like almost like a cursed object. The collar is really ugly and it actually has like a bunch of skulls all the way around it.
Oh my gosh, you're an emo dog.
But it does give you disadvantage on your diplomacy and advantage on intimidation.
Okay.
Okay.
Good collar.
2 hours pass by.
And then I alleviate myself.
Bone sees you alleviating yourself. Some not very nice words are said to you. Some not very nice words. He basically is cursing at you, and he takes a newspaper and smacks you on the butt. He says, "Bad dog.
What? I have to pee.
Pee in the ocean. You don't pee on my baby."
But how did you consummate this?
I didn't.
So it's adopted?
It's a turn of phrase. It just means that I value this boat highly.
Oh, I value my pee.
Wait,
highly.
where did you pee? On a crate or like
on the mast?
On the mast again?
Yeah.
Okay. That's just insult to injury, man. Okay, so you were scolded for about 10 minutes. But after he calms down, Bone says, "Looks like we have about 2 more hours until landfall." He adjusts the rudder a little bit and turns the boat towards a nearby beach that you guys can see. I would like you all to roll your perceptions once again.
I got a 23.
I got a 7.
I got a 22.
I rolled a 6. I keep clicking twice on accident.
What was that, Crystal?
I said my number is clear to the superior one in Gulf.
Oh my gosh. You all have no doubt in your mind why this island would be considered haunted, or even why any of the locals would have superstitions about this island, and part of the reason why Bones thought it would be safe to go here in general. Any vessels that you have seen have definitely been veering off their course to go around the island or to completely avoid it. And you can tell now that the clouds are starting to kind of approach you as you get closer to the island, which makes sense, but you swear that you can basically see these black birds kind of flying over top of the spire that you can all see in the center of the island. And the island just seems lifeless and dull. There's like no greenery on the beach. You can see that looks like there's wrecked vessels all around the area, but you can't be certain what you're seeing because, I mean, you can't see very well through the fog that is over the island.
Well, you know, if there was ever a place where dream-eating Cthulhu babies would spawn, I feel like this would be the joint.
Probably. For once we agree.
Who rolled a 20 or higher?
I got a 22.
I got a 22.
And Spark, what did you get? What did Spark get?
It was 22.
Okay, so you guys start to hear the sound of thunder rumbling overhead.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not pleasant.
No,
Hey, what happened to the P-ball?
I need to summon it again.
This it didn't warn us.
Okay. Can you pee again?
Can I roll my constitution to see if I can muster up some urine?
I can't go higher pitched than this ball already. Because the smaller the ball, the higher the pitch, and I can't do it.
Quick, someone give me some water.
You're surrounded by it.
I start drinking seawater.
Okay.
Wait, can you actually drink seawater?
No, it's
Let's-
going to make you sick. So
Okay.
roll your constitution saving throw.
Okay, fail, and I'm going to use my vomit to make a ball.
Oh, man.
No, you managed to keep it up. Like, keep it in.
Dang. I wanted to have a vomit. Like
Your
a
stomach starts to hurt a little bit, though.
I want a grungy vomit ball.
And you have like this gnawing feeling inside of it. It takes you about 30 minutes to make enough pee to make a pee ball again, but you do notice that the clouds have begun to creep towards you from the island and that there's lightning flashing within the dark mass. And within moments,
Okay, I quickly go and I pee on the mast.
okay, you pee on the mast.
Hi, I'm new people. How can I help you?
Quick, what's the weather? There's clouds and thunder.
Cloudy, with no chance of rain.
But lying. Bad pee. Bad.
Within moments, you find yourselves enveloped in a tumultuous storm.
I don't think your P-ball works here.
The people's just having issues with signal.
How? What? I don't...
So, wave after wave batters the small vessel, and you find yourself struggling to stay upright. You can roll your dexterity saving throws if you want to try and stay upright, or if you just let nature take its course.
I'm gonna lay down.
Okay, so you lay down.
Nothing can shake me. I am a solid rock.
Water pours in through onto the deck and kind of like washes you up against the side.
I could drown.
I could drown.
I got a 12 for dexterity.
Stas, you are not able to stay upright when the water comes and washes over onto the deck. It actually knocks you over and you crash into Crystal.
Spark, this is your mortal enemy. Go, attack the waves.
Oh no.
Does Crystal take damage?
No, we won't make her take damage from that. Spark, you were instructed by Crystal to bite at the waves. What do you do?
Fight off your mortal enemy. They're attacking us.
I'm very angry at these waves now.
Okay, so you're basically doing what all good dogs do, and you.
I protect the boat from the waves.
All right, so you probably go to the bow of the boat and you're barking at it and like trying to snap the waves that are coming at you. Roll your dex saving throw, if you haven't already.
Oh no.
Spark,
That's not a good roll.
a wave crashes over you, and you find yourself kind of being washed under the boat.
How did I end up down here?
But you do resurface, and you can kind of see the boat is getting pulled away from you, and another wave comes and it pulls you back under. But then
Help. Help.
they can't hear you through this. But as you guys are kind of just getting battered by these waves, an even deeper shadow lurks overhead, and you feel yourselves falling as a large wave comes crashing down overhead, and you all black out.
No, we all died. Well, you know, guys, it was a fun game while it lasted. maybe we should take this life lesson and
Are there
put on our
even life vests in this world?
You guys didn't die. I promise. The gentle roll of the waves washes up against your fur, beckoning you to wake up. I want each of you to roll just a straight up d20 and tell me what you get.
10.
14.
And I got a 12.
Okay, so
I roll
10,
18.
14, 18. Okay, so Spark, you wake up first. You find yourself kind of face down in this wet sand. And you roll over and you kind of like stand up with a little bit of soreness in your joints from being battered by the waves. But you're okay. No physical damage beyond just being a little tired and sore. You can roll your perception.
Can I persuade the forest
You cannot persuade the forest.
to tell me its secrets?
You cannot do that. You see your companions and Stas, what was your roll again?
10.
Okay, and
I had a
Copper.
14.
Copper was 14, and Crystal, you were also.
I had a 12.
So Copper, Stas, and then Crystal, you start to wake up. Spark, you see all of your companions laying on the beach nearby. Crystal and Copper are actually next to each other. Stas is a little bit further away on this beach, and you're surrounded by wood shards and crates that have been broken open. What do you do?
Where's Bones?
You need to roll your perception. Roll your perceptions as you wake
I
up.
run over to the others to see if they're okay.
Okay, so you run over to them.
I crit Snow.
Okay.
I got a 7. Again. Oh, what's with 7s today?
I got a 23 total for perception.
Okay. So as you guys are waking up, you see Spark you see these paws kind of come running towards you and hear the sound of the footsteps in the sand. And that's kind of what wakes you up. And you see these paws just standing in front of you and you hear the sniffing. Spark is just sniffing you. He didn't say anything.
Who's sniffing whom?
Spark is sniffing, like he's going up to each of you and he's like just sniffing you to check you. Because he didn't say he said anything.
Find your manners where you're sniffing, young man.
I'll see if you're okay.
Oh, hi, friend. Is everyone here? Bones. Bones.
You all notice that Bones is not near you on this beach.
Oh, no.
There is a little bit further down from you, there is black rocks that kind of cover your view from on the other side of it that kind of spike out almost like a Lion King stone with the way that it's shaped. But beyond that, on the other side of you, also see a similar rock pattern. And on that side, you do see the lighthouse. But the strangest thing is this. As you guys are looking around, you start to notice that the area sounds like it's teeming with life. The trees are filled with their foliage and greenery. There are multicolored flowers that are kind of peeking out from within the trees. And you see that the lighthouse is intact. There's no damage to it. There's not a single cloud in the sky. There's nothing dark. You don't see the birds, Crystal, none of you actually see these birds that you saw spiraling overhead. It's lively and bright and pretty warm.
Are we even in the same place as before? This is way different.
What if it was all just an illusion to deter travelers?
Crystal looks back and forth awkwardly between everyone. You also guys notice that that there are some crates that are still intact, but a lot of them have been shattered.
Oh, what's in them? I go and sniff. Maybe Bones is in them.
Okay, so you go around to the crates that have been broken open, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
A few of the crates have food items in them.
Food.
But a lot of it looks like it's rotten or it's just been messed up by the seawater. Then also you see some of them are completely empty at this point. You do see that there are some like white parsley looking things on the ground though, like occasionally scattered about.
I would like to investigate these snow. Do I see them as well?
Yes,
A perception check.
you all can see this.
I got a 13.
Okay.
Wait, is this scent based? I'm smelling them.
It smells like wet something. You can't tell what it smells like anymore. The whole package is soaked through. You can see like certain spots are kind of like stained a darker color, like a brown, not a brown, but more of like a gray, kind of like seeping through.
What's
Can I
that?
roll to see if I know what this stuff could be?
You could roll a knowledge nature check.
Okay. Do I have any bonus? 19 total, I think.
You think?
Well, I'd assume it's be the roll plus nature mod.
Do you not have nature?
I have 2 in nature.
Then
Okay.
yeah, you
yeah.
add the 2.
Yeah, then you just add the 2. With the 19, you can tell that you have to cut it open
Okay.
in order to actually see what's going on. So you do that. You cut it open and you see that it's like this fine, black, powdery kind of substance that's almost like sand at this point. But you assume that this was gunpowder.
Oh my gosh, where is it? I need more.
It is soaked through, and it is not usable at this point.
I'm not really sure if I trust you of all people with
No. We need to.
gunpowder.
Okay, so only some of these crates are broken open, and only some of these parcels were actually broken into, which means we need to find more.
There are crates scattered about on this side of this beach.
I go and I start to scavenge.
Okay, you're scavenging. You do find several more parcels. A lot of them have been soaked through. There are several crates that it looks like they're completely intact, like nothing has affected them, but you're not sure about the contents.
All right, let's crack these bad boys open.
I also try to crack these bad boys open.
Yeah.
So, how are you guys going to do that?
Sword.
Okay, so the crates are sealed shut with nails, and there's not much space between the boards. You're going to need to hack away at them a good amount, and with your strength, I don't know if you're going to overcome it, but good luck.
Right, look. I don't need to do a thing. I need to instruct others. Everyone knows the management
You
position.
know what, Crystal? Why don't you Eldritch Bark these things?
Oh my gosh, you're up. Wait. That is
a terrible
idea. Wait a minute.
Plus, I'm pretty
Should
sure Crystal's strength is higher than mine.
is yours lower than a -1?
-2.
Oh, then yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a very
Would
weak
you look
dog.
at that?
I'm just smart.
Well, I don't know, Crystal. Would you be the type of person to Eldritch Bark a box?
I'd believe it.
No, because I know the contents and I'm smarter than that.
Are you?
Yes. Thank you for your concern, though, Daniel. Okay. Listen, we got to get to the contents of this box. It's very important.
Okay. Well, figure out how you're going to do that.
All right, does anyone have like a long prying mechanism?
I have a quarterstaff.
That works. Wait, no, it doesn't have a point. We'd have
I
to
have a
like.
spear.
That works. Now we're thinking.
I also have rope so we can tie them together and make an even longer lever.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so
What do you do?
let's just pry
I'm
the
gonna-
crate open with the spear. Just stick it in there in the little hole, and then just someone jump on it.
So I'm going to shove the spear in the little crack to try and wedge it in there.
So you've just been a dog carrying around a quarterstaff on your back. You know, why didn't anybody roll for this?
Because it wasn't important at the time.
It wasn't important at the time. You're right. So you shove your spear in. Please roll your strength. You better be careful about making sparks.
Wood on metal shouldn't make.
No, I'm
sparks.
just saying. Just be careful.
Anyway,
Didn't you watch Dr. Stone? You need seashells and a bunch of other things, and you can make gunpowder.
Wait, also, quick question. Why are we worried about making Spark? We already have him here.
Wilson, stop. You're killing me. I'm actually slowly dying on the inside.
I'm bad at puns, and this is even terrible for me.
Oh, I'm dying. Death is coming for me. Okay, you are able to shove it between the cracks, but not very, like, you can't really get it in that deeply because because the sliver, it's very tightly packed and you barely damage the wood at all.
Can someone else come help me with this just to see if
okay.
we can force it through a little more?
Copper would run over and try and help.
So roll strength again. 13 this time.
I did not help.
You did not help. You
Nope.
didn't roll more than a 10 to help.
Does a -1 count as more than a 10?
Oh my
I attempt to help.
Oh my God, guys. What am I going to do with
Hey, I
you?
rolled a 13.
So what was your score again, Daniel? What'd you hit with?
I rolled a 13.
You can't break through the hardness of this crate with your spear.
What can we do instead?
Well, you have a few options. One, leave
I
the
can
crate
Eldritch
alone.
Bark it.
2, you could Eldritch Bark it. 3, you could find bones. 4, you could move on.
Okay, I'll find bones.
Okay, so you're going to split
but
off from the
not
party.
edible kind. Well, I guess you could eat him.
I would.
So I start
Um.
tracking with my nose.
Oh, so he's a snack with 3 C's.
He's a taste
And a
snack.
Q.
The Q. Of course. How could I forget the Q?
So Crystal is going, I mean, not Crystal, Copper, you're going to try and track.
Yeah.
Without You're going to try and track somebody without knowing the scent. This is a roll at disadvantage.
Oh, but I get an advantage for tracking.
So it's just regular.
17.
With the wind blowing in your direction, like towards where you're facing, you smell that there is the aura of a familiar scent. Not the aura, but there's a scent that is very familiar to you coming from over those rocks on the opposite side where the lighthouse isn't. So it's the one that if you're facing the ocean, it's on the right.
Follow me. Bones. Come, Bones.
I guess I'm going to go follow Copper
Okay, so
and take my spear with me.
you take your spear. What is everyone else doing?
I go with.
Okay, so Spark goes with him. Crystal?
Of course, I'm gonna go where the tasty snack's gonna be.
So you all are chasing down after Copper, who is charging in this direction. It doesn't take you long, maybe about 5 minutes, for you to reach around these rocks, and you see Bones kind of just sitting on the island holding a piece of wood and looking out at the ocean.
I give him a lick.
You run up to him and you go up to lick him.
He needs a good lick.
You lick him.
There.
He does not react. He's just continuing to stare at the ocean, and then he looks down at the board in his hands. Who of you is literate?
I think I can read.
I'd assume I could read.
I think it depends on your
I
Intelligence.
know I can't read.
if you're at a negative modifier in your intelligence, you can't read.
I got a +2
I'm at a
modifier.
1.
Okay, so you all can read that the part of the boat that this part of this wood that he's holding is part of the boat, and it's just the words Lunar Ingress on it. And you just see a single tear form and roll down his cheek. Dang it!
It's okay. You can make another baby.
He looks at you guys and he says, how are we going to make another boat? We're on an island far away from the mainland. Not that far, but still, nobody's going to come to this island. Nobody.
We got wood. We got rope.
Do you have an axe? Do you have a way to chop down the trees?
I got a spear and a quarterstaff.
All right, listen.
Yes, I do actually.
I saw this in a movie once. What we got to do is we got to grow out our back hair, make a rope, and then strap turtles together.
What movie was that?
My God. What is wrong with you, Crystal?
What do you mean? Have you never watched The Adventures of Captain Jack Sparrow?
The cat?
Yeah, totally.
Anyway, so Bones is very frustrated and he just starts to basically like stomp around and he's just muttering to himself about how he's going to get off the island, what he's going to do. You can all roll a perception check if you want to listen. Otherwise, you guys can just move on or do what you're going to do.
I rolled a 20.
Ooh, not a performance or persuasion. I like it.
19. 19 total.
Okay.
Okay, Snow.
Yes, now. We need to have a talk.
Yes, I rolled a 20 in performance, and I am miming that I hear what he's saying.
I think me and Wilson need new dice
Porque el señorita.
because both of us just crit failed.
Okay, so you two
you
are...
deaf.
I don't care what you have to say with the dice, man. I can't help the dice. The dice are speaking. Okay, so Crystal and Copper. CC.
Yeah, CC.
Okay, double C. C squared. You guys are basically just walking around, sniffing, looking at plants and flowers. Meanwhile, Stas and Spark, you hear him murmur a name. And you hear him say Clemens.
So, who's this Clemens person you're talking about?
All right, so you say this, and he looks at you, and he glares, and he says, where'd you hear that name?
Well, you just said it. Where else?
Forget you ever heard it. You didn't hear it from me.
Oh, okay.
So he starts to look around a little bit more, and he looks up, and he's like, you guys see that?
Well, it depends on what you're looking at. The
See
sky, the birds, the tower, the lighthouse, the trees.
And you see that he's pointing, and you see that there is smoke coming from the center of the island towards the spire that you saw earlier.
Well, I guess we got nowhere better to go. We might as well check that out.
Wait. You tall, muscular, tasty snack of man, you need to stop pouting, okay? Because we have crates, and those crates have explosives, and we might need those explosives.
Absolutely not. I am not opening those crates.
And why not?
I can't.
What do you mean?
I cannot open the crates.
You have arms, don't you?
Well, he doesn't have bones.
I am not allowed to open the crates. I am not allowed to.
Says who?
I didn't say the name, but Clemens.
Well, you just said the name.
Do you understand what I'm putting down, dog?
Don't-
You did not hear it from me.
You
Clemens.
fool. Never put a dog down.
He's getting so frustrated right now. He's just like,
Understandably.
he just says, I cannot open the crates for you. I'm sorry, I cannot open them. I'm not risking my neck any more than I already have.
I respect a man with a sense of standard.
What
Better
about
than
all
you.
the other parts of your body?
Ah.
I just need to take that one chance to try out coppering copper.
Bones just kind of looks away from you guys, and he's like, yeah, I'm going towards the smoke. And he starts walking into the jungle.
I want to blow things up, but I can't. All right, after the tasty snack, man.
You could Eldritch Blast it and see what happens.
Good. Why do you tempt me?
Because I want to see this blow up in your face.
Literally, metaphorically, or both?
Okay, wait. No. I got this. Listen.
Does anybody have the spell open, close?
No. But listen. All right, so this is what I do. I can Eldritch Bark from 120 feet away. We're going to stand at max distance.
Okay.
And then we're going to blow this thing up.
Okay. Oh, God.
So that's what I'm doing. I don't care what anyone else is doing.
All right, so Bones is walking off into the forest into this, like,
Oh, I'll follow him.
jungle by himself. Okay, Copper's following after him. Crystal is going back toward the other side where a lot of the crates had washed up.
Yeah, I'll find him eventually.
My other two gentlemen, what are you doing? I need to know what you're doing.
I guess we're just gonna go stand as far away as we can so we don't get blown up.
Okay, so you...
Yeah.
Okay, so Spark and you. Okay,
Yeah.
Copper, I'll get back with you.
Okay.
God, splitting the party.
I'm only
Flips
trying...
table.
I'm only trying to pry the lid slightly open, so I'm aiming for the top of it.
You need to roll to hit because this whole time you're like, I don't need to roll to hit my Eldritch Bark. Yes, you
Okay,
do.
17.
Okay, you hit, but since you're aiming to hit a specific spot, please roll at disadvantage.
Fine, be that way. Okay, the other one was a 12.
Okay, your Eldritch Bark hits the side of the crate
That's fine. We blow the side off.
and it pierces through.
Nice. That's exactly what we want.
Uh-oh.
Roll your damage to the crate.
Oh, yeah, not a problem. That's going to be 8 damage.
Okay. The side of the crate falls off, and you can see that there is a little flame on the inside, kind of like flickering and eating away at the side of the cloth of some bags.
That's gunpowder. It's on fire now. That's going to explode.
Well, no, we don't know. Because was it the gunpowder in little tiny white packages?
It's lit a few of these little tiny white packages, not tiny packages.
Oh,
like,
I thought you said
they're
that-
they're parcels. They're basically like parcels.
Yeah, I thought they were parcels, but you described that one as cloth, so I thought it was a different one. That's all.
No, they're both in parcels, which of cloth.
Okay.
Parcels of cloth.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Parcel like canvas. Like it's basically wrapped in canvas. The canvas is on fire.
let's sit back and watch the fireworks.
It doesn't take long until you hear a very loud bang and see just like this flare of fire just spark out of like just into the sky. It's huge. And you guys actually feel the blast back from that. Your fur is a little singed on the front and you're covered in soot. You are all black dogs now.
It was
Well,
worth
not
it.
like my colors changed at all.
It was worth it.
You will be at disadvantage on scent tracking checks as well as vision checks, so perception in general. Hearing you should be okay with. Actually, no, you're at just disadvantage
Wait, is
on
that-
perception for about 20
Is that
minutes.
all of us are crystal.
All of you.
Anyone who stood near me.
Anyone who is near Crystal, which you all said you were.
Oh, that was dumb of me.
You're all at negatives at a disadvantage on your perception checks.
This is fine.
You cough.
Is there water nearby that I can wash off on?
Well,
There's
there
a
is an
sea.
entire ocean, so I would assume so, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if it went more inward. I didn't know how far in we went.
Oh, well, no, we just went back to the crates where the Hujabis rabbit crates were by the beach.
You guys basically went. She blasted a crate from on top of one of the rocks, the black rocks on the side, probably is what I'm assuming, because that would give you some distance and
Yeah.
height.
Mhm.
But because of how much gunpowder there was in the crate, and also proximity to other small packets or parcels that were around the area, there was a pretty large explosion, which kind of just threw sand
You
and
said
soot
all
and
the
dust.
parcels were damp and therefore unusable,
Maybe somebody will hear us now?
and will get rescued. So all according to plan.
There were other crates of parcels around. Deal with it. Which, in turn, this also catches another box on fire, which then, after a little while, starts to explode. If you guys are staying there still, you're going to take some damage from that.
Whoa, wait. If the box is just on fire, but the actual box itself is not broken, then it's going to weaken it, and all we gotta do is pry the thing
It's burning
off.
pretty quickly because it's been sitting in the sun. The wood on top is completely dry.
I do see the issue here.
If you want to go get exploded, go right ahead.
All right, how about
I'm
we,
gonna move.
how about we just
Even farther.
It'll wash off.
So you go back to where Bones and Copper were going into the forest. You're having some difficulty seeing. Your ears are ringing up quite a bit, and your snouts are just filled with soot and just sand. It's kind of difficult to breathe, but Stas, Spark, and Crystal, do you all wash off in the ocean or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so you douse yourselves in ocean water. Crystal, you kind of washed off more quickly than everyone else.
Because I have less surface area.
Yes, you have less surface area, and also you don't have to walk in as deep. But you all managed to get off some of the soot. You aren't at disadvantage on scent or vision, but you will be at disadvantage for hearing things for about 20 minutes because,
The ringing
Yeah.
probably isn't going to be.
All right, well, we should probably find out where everyone else was since that was a catastrophic, awesome success.
That's not really how you should use the word catastrophic, but whatever.
oh my God. Okay, so Copper and Bones are walking through this jungle, and you just hear this loud explosion from behind you, and you hear all the birds kind of just like stop for a solid few minutes, and it's completely quiet. And you just kind of felt like the island rumble a little bit.
What was that?
You can see smoke from behind you guys.
Oh no. The beach is under attack. We need to run to this campfire to see if we can find help.
Okay, so Copper, oh no.
He's not high in intelligence.
So Bones is like, oh no. They did they?
Did what?
Yeah, no, let's go to the campfire. Let's go. The LNZ. So you both start taking off running towards to the center of the island. Everybody else, it's going to take you some time to catch up. But we'll just montage this to help you all along. Okay. You all can make perception checks. We'll just let this play out, and each of you will be seeing this in your own turn and time.
21.
Perception. 12.
7.
14.
As you guys are walking through the forest, you're really starting to feel like you're on more of a tropical island comparatively to the mainland, which is more temperate. It wasn't this hot, it wasn't humid, but as you're walking through here, you're starting to feel like this heat bearing down on you. Yeah, you do come by a few clean water streams that you drink from and refresh yourselves. But as you're going through, you see like these little lights kind of flitting around in the forest. It seems like when they see you, they immediately dart and they disappear from your vision. You see different kinds of animals. You see rabbits and like a lot of white rabbits and a few brown ones, but mostly white colored ones. Not like they have red eyes, but they're just a lighter color. You also see that there are these dragonfly like creatures kind of flitting around that also when they see you, they just kind of like dart away as quickly as possible. There are deer and just a myriad of other animals that are kind of walking through. Some of them don't run though when they see you. Bones and Copper are actually approached by a few deer who go up and start to sniff you. Bones screams a little bit and falls back.
Bones, calm down. Deer are friends.
And they come up and they start to nibble on him. And he's not like comfortable. And then we flash over to like Crystal and Stas and Spark. And some of these deer approach you guys as well. I don't know how your characters feel about deer approaching you, but
I probably really wouldn't mind that much.
okay.
I've only ever seen them in pictures.
Okay, so Crystal's kind of like standing there drop jawed, like her mouth is just open. And she's like, ah.
They're a lot larger than I thought they would be.
They are much bigger than you. Some like this small fawn kind of leans down and starts to sniff you and it licks you, and you just have like this big wet spot in your fur. It's kind of like built up like this cowlick looking thing at this point. But after a while, Bones and Copper, you come out of this forest you see that there is this garden-looking area around this giant tower. There are vines creeping up the tower and flowers blooming from the vines. And in this garden, you see very tall bushes. And you hear the sound of almost like a fountain or several of them trickling.
Well, it seems nice in there. We should go in and say hi.
You also hear the sound of voices of people talking.
Oh, see, friends.
As you guys are walking through, you guys manage to reach this area. And by you guys, I mean, God dang, there's too many C's. Crystal, Stas, and Spark. You guys do catch up. But you see them starting to go into this garden. And Bones is looking around and trying to find out where the voices are coming from. Spark, you can roll your perception.
I rolled an 18.
I got a 12.
Crystal, you see about the same thing I described to Copper.
Amazing.
I rolled a 19 total.
With the ringing in your ears, Stas, and Spark's ears, you guys can barely make out the sound of talking, but it does catch you a little bit.
I'm going to whisper to Spark, do you hear that?
Yeah. There's some talking.
Maybe we should go over there and
What's
see
going on?
if we can figure out what's going on.
Hey guys, I can't hear you. They're still ringing in my ears.
And by this point, that ringing starts to get better the further in you go into this area. So after this roll, you'll be rolling at your regular. No disadvantage for hearing. Copper, after a while, you start to recognize the sound of the voices.
Who are they?
It sounds like
The elves?
the villagers.
Oh, I run. I go.
Okay, so you charge in, and Bones just like, hey, where are you going?
My friends. My master.
Like, oh, okay. He just,
Come with. Come on. Come.
he's like, okay. So he just starts walking like his regular pace behind you. He doesn't start running.
Oh, fine. I'm going ahead.
Okay, but he's looking around. He's enjoying the sights and he's taking them all in. Hopper, I'm going to get back to you in a second. What you guys are running, you guys try and go find these voices as well.
Mm-hmm.
So each of you kind of breaks off. I'm just going to make this happen this way. You all break off to kind of see if you can find these people a little bit faster because it sounds like it's coming from all around. Like the voices are all around this tower. And each of you finds your master. Hey guys, Snow here. Yeah, it's been a while since we've actually done a mid-roll, but we're doing one today, so let's break that streak that we had going. And I don't mean streaking outside in the nude because that is somewhat illegal. Anyway, we just have a few quick announcements because I know one of you skipped the post-roll at some point. I'm looking at you, David Boreanaz, you who doesn't actually listen to this show, but you should. Please come visit me. Anyway, if you enjoyed listening to podcasts as long as ours, you're basically working another job already, so you should get paid to do that. And that can happen if you use the Podcoin app. So this is how it works. You download the app from the Android or the Apple App Store. You open the app, make an account, and put a profile picture of, I don't know, let's say Sal's face as your avatar. You click play on the latest episode of this podcast or another podcast. We won't judge you, but we'll miss you. And you just let us take you on a journey while you earn some sweet, sweet Podcoin. You then take that Podcoin and cash it in for an Amazon gift card or a Starbucks gift card. Or you can be an odd one in this world and donate your Podcoin to charity. And now the whole world identifies you as a level 10,000 master of seduction, and you've made money while impersonating Zana's favorite fishman. I'd say that's kind of like a win-win if you want to be identified as a master of seduction. Or you could choose someone else. I think a fishman would be more fun. Anyway, if this sounds just kind of okay to you, let's fatten that calf for you a little bit more and tell you that if you use our bonus code, just the word missing, MISSING, capital M, you get 300 Podcoin just for signing up. Anyway, on another note, and speaking of which, if you've been enjoying the show so far and you want to show us some support and love, tell your friends about us, invite them to listen, because we don't pay to advertise. Everything is by word of mouth. So it's by you guys and by us going out and telling people. We would love to have more people join us. And we would even like to have some listening parties on our Discord. Oh, and speaking of which, you can join us on our Discord. I put the link in the description below. It's really cool because that means you guys can come in, we can chat, hang out, play some video games together, and even talk about the show and possible spoilers, but everyone else in our groups doesn't seem to mind. I'm looking at you, RL. I'm looking at you. Another way you can support us is also by going onto iTunes and leaving us a review. When you leave a review on iTunes and you share that with us through our Twitter, our Discord, our Instagram, you then get to suggest a name for an NPC in the future. And that's really cool because once we get that name, we put it in our little hat, we shuffle it around, we pull out a name. And guess what? That could be your NPC name. That could be one of them in the future. You even get to pick the show that they're going to be in, whether it's AOD Doggies, SAO, or a future show that we might be doing that we haven't announced yet. Another way you can support us is to go to our Patreon and become a patron for $1 a month, where you can get access to special episodes, early episode releases, RL's music, as well as our undying love and gratitude. And at higher tiers, you get even more cool stuff. So consider checking that out, and the link is in the description below. I guess that's everything, guys, so I will let you go back to the show now. All right, see you soon.
How is he doing?
So, Copper, I'm ignoring you, Crystal, for a second.
Like you always do.
I always do. Copper, when you approach your master, you see that he's talking.
Master.
He doesn't respond to you, but it looks like
Go up and jump on his leg.
he's leaning down and he's petting the air and he's talking to it. And similar to what's going on with Copper, you see that, except for you, Stas, you don't have your master there. You see the children, though, that you were staying with.
Well, this is really weird.
You see the children, and they are running around and playing, but they're completely ignoring you. And then for Spark, you see the blacksmith, who is hammering away at nothing. He has his hammer in hand, and he looks like he's trying to mimic like he's banging on something, but he doesn't acknowledge your presence. And the same thing for you, Crystal, is your master is leaning over a table that is there, and he looks like he's trying to mix something, but he doesn't acknowledge your presence.
Is there a nearby knife?
What's going on? Why aren't you responding?
There
What are
is
you
not a
doing?
knife.
Dang it. Can I find Spark?
You can make your way around. As you do, you actually see a bunch of the other people that you're not familiar with, Crystal.
Yeah.
Acting in the same way. Like they aren't acknowledging anybody else around them. They're interacting with something that's not there. Spark, what were you saying?
What's going on? How come? Why don't you see me?
Okay, so Spark, you try to address your master in a way that you normally would, but he doesn't respond, and he continues to hammer away. For a moment, he looks up, but he looks past you. He smiles, and he starts to have a conversation, but there's nothing there. And then he goes back to hammering, and he continues to talk as if he's conversing with someone, and Crystal comes running over to you.
Hey, Spark. Spark.
What? What?
Do you have a knife on you? Just curious for sake of
Yeah, I do.
experience. Okay. Do you mind if I borrow that for just a minute? Just a minute.
Yes, sir. Here, go.
Okay, thanks.
Here. It's a dagger.
Yeah, that's all I need.
So Crystal has a knife.
I
All right.
walk back over to my master. I put the knife in my mouth and I just make a little X right on his shin.
Okay.
So I do. With the knife. Just a little scratch. Does he wake up from the pain?
No.
Okay. Guys, they're under some kind of spell.
Can I
What spell?
lightly poke or
Well,
touch or
seeing as
paw?
I just stabbed my guy, I don't think it's going to work if you just gently caress him.
Wasn't gonna do that to him. I don't care about him. I was
Why?
gonna do it to one of the kids. See what happens.
I think they're all under the same spell.
What happens if you trip them?
Then
Make
they
them
get
fall.
back up like normal people trying to do things.
So we have to find the person who put the spell on them and then lift the spell.
Basically, it's probably somewhere in the tower or the lighthouse. Who knows?
Is Tony available today?
There's not enough dead bodies unless we want to kill everyone in the room. Then we could lift the spell.
And then defeat the whole purpose of this mission.
Hey, there are people here we don't know or care about.
The whole village, everybody, all the dogs know, except for you. So, gentlemen, your masters aren't responding to you, nor the children or any of the other villagers. As you were walking around the tower, you did see that there was an entrance on the front. Like, there's a door made of, like, stone. It looks really heavy. And also, you see that as you're going around, that Bones is walking around aimlessly at this point.
Hey, Bones, you good?
And then he starts to basically sound like he's arguing, like yelling at somebody.
Bones. Like, run to check to see if he's okay.
He doesn't respond to you.
Okay, so he not good. Good to know.
Okay. What if we licked them?
You can try that. Since he walked into the same area as we did, I wonder if it's an area of an effect spell.
But
Where if
even if it is, well, so let's just try and get them to leave the tower because he was fine on the beach.
yeah,
Or, and hear me out, right? Not affecting dogs. So, if we cover them in saliva, would they count as dogs and have a veil of protection?
Oh, also, something I forgot to mention is that around the tower, there are like small slits, kind of like windows that are like periodically placed around the tower on each what looks like level.
Oh, so it's a multi-level tower?
It's a tall tower. It probably has multi-levels.
Are we on the first floor?
You are on the ground.
Is this one big giant room or are there multiple rooms?
You're not in the tower.
We're not in the tower?
No,
Or we're in the garden?
you're in the garden.
Oh, okay.
You've never been in the tower.
Oh, well, why don't we just try and take these people out of the garden? Who's got rope? Wait, we have rope from the card. Wait, nope, that was on the boat.
Yeah, that
I
was on
have
the
rope.
boat.
We've got rope. All right, make a noose, put it around someone's neck, but don't hang them.
Oh my God.
I said don't hang them. We're just going to guide them.
Okay,
It's
so
a lead.
who has rope?
Fast.
I
Okay.
do. I have 50 feet of rope.
I should have had you all roll to see if you lost your equipment. Dang.
Uh-oh.
It's too late now.
So you pull out your rope, and without your opposable thumbs, you try to tie a knot. Please roll your survival at disadvantage.
Ooh, let me help. 13.
19.
Okay, you manage to tie a rope. I don't know where you're putting the rope.
Around someone's leg.
Okay, so you...
Wait, well,
you-
no, we're tall enough. We could put it around one of the kids.
I'm not comfortable with you doing that.
Well, I don't have to do it.
So you put-
can do it. Listen, people put us on leashes all the time, and there's a giant rule of thumb, which is you go where your head goes.
Okay, so gentlemen, you put the rope around somebody. You try to pull them out, and even though you pull them out of the garden, nothing changes. They are still in the same boat that they were in.
Oh, this is frustrating.
There is a door to the tower.
But listen, right?
About to flip this table,
We
gentlemen.
could go where Snow very clearly wants us to go. Or what if the reason Bones was safe is because he was covered in salt water and we just need to bathe everyone?
You start to see these little lights flitting around, and you see stuff flying and sprinkling over all the people.
Oh, kill them all.
You can't reach them.
I Eldritch Bark them.
You need to roll the hit.
That's fine.
At disadvantage.
I will. All right. I crit one. Well, I'm not using that one. And the other one was a 13 plus my dexterity, 15.
You don't hit. You miss. You just Eldritch bark in the air, and there's an explosion in the air.
Amazing. Well, hey, guys, I had a not bad idea, Snow, right? If these things are sprinkling dust on the people and that's what's
All right,
keeping
you
them
guys
trapped.
are going to the tower. Let's just do
If you
this.
give
Let's
them
just
a
do
bath, if you give them a bath, the dust isn't on them.
I approached the tower.
Okay, so it takes you about an hour to drag somebody down to the ocean, and you bathe them in the ocean. Nothing happens. They are still in the same trance.
Okay, well now, thank you for explaining this, that you very much want us to go into the tower, that there's no way of logically thinking through your magical situation.
Okay,
I wanted to avoid combat because I have 3 HP.
you don't have to do combat if you're smart. But if you're stupid and attack a peaceful island and peaceful creatures, you will be attacked back.
Nah, it's fine.
That is your own stupidity.
It is.
You're GMs of the world.
But with that being said,
This
there's
is
only
what
one
it's
other
really like.
solution left, which is to go through the giant stone door.
Okay,
Couldn't
heck,
we have
when you
done
get up
that,
to the
like-
door, you see a pad, and on this pad, there are a bunch of buttons. They are in a row of 3 and columns of 3.
All right, put in 0000.
There are no letters. There's
Oh.
nothing on the buttons.
I press the middle.
The middle one lights up, but then one on the bottom lights up
I press the bottom one.
with red. So the one in the middle bottom lights up. So you press the red
Press
one,
that. Yes.
nothing happens.
So red is bad. So we need to get all the green ones.
Ooh, I boop the top left
Okay, you boop the top left.
with my nose.
Okay. You boop the top left and a green light appears. And then a red light appears in the bottom right corner.
Oh, we're playing tic-tac-toe.
We're gonna win.
I
I
am.
roll intelligence to know whether I know what tic-tac-toe is or not.
Wait. I'm a master of tic-tac-toe. We win in the next move. I press the bottom leftmost one,
Okay. You press the bottom left corner.
and we've just succeeded.
No. No, we haven't.
Give it a turn. One turn.
Okay. So a
Oh.
red light appears on
And
the
then
middle
now-
left button.
I do the
Ooh,
top.
ooh, top right.
Yay, Spark got it. He knows what I'm thinking.
Okay. So a green light appears in the top right, and a line kind of goes through all 3 of the ones that you've lined up on the bottom left, the middle, and the top right. And you just hear a giggling sound, and the door swings open. Congratulations. You completed.
Oh my gosh, yay!
you.
All of our masters are free.
No.
Oh,
The door opens, and you can see that there are sconces lining up on the
but why'd you make
Walls
it
of
sound
the
like
tower.
it was like such a big achievement?
because you actually did something and you've progressed the story.
It was a big achievement for us as players,
Trust
playing
me?
players.
Yeah. Don't make me sit down and write material in the bathroom for a solid week and not actually use the material I've written, guys.
Well, maybe you
Jeez.
should have prepared more for the sporadic nature of moi.
Crystal, on the ground, you see a silver ring.
Oh, I pick it up.
Not a ring, basically like an anklet.
I pick it up immediately and I put it around my neck.
Okay. All right.
Good talk.
You get a +1 to your AC.
Ooh. Wait, I sit down. I'm -1 to what?
Nothing.
I get disadvantage on what?
Nothing.
Copper, does this anklet look beautiful? I don't know. Let me- oh, I
It's
percep-
pretty. It's silver. It looks very dainty on her.
It looks very dainty and befitting a chihuahua. Thank you. That's all I needed to know. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. You guys walk into the tower.
Oh dear.
And the sconces on the side kind of light up as you walk through. And there's a door all the way at the end of the hallway that you walk into.
Can we try pushing it or pulling it open?
That was a long hallway.
It wasn't that long.
There were sconces.
There were like 2 sconces.
Sounds like a waste of a sconce.
Okay, fine. 4 sconces.
That's a long hallway.
Okay, you know what? Okay, so yes, you open the door and you see that there's a grassy field filled with lambs that are jumping over a person who is just laying on the ground.
Ooh,
And then on the other side of that room, you see another door.
I go over to the person who's laying down.
Okay.
They could be hurt. I run up to them.
Okay.
My perception. 13.
The person is sleeping and looks very comfortable and happy.
How about we just leave them and walk across the room and open the door and not wake them up?
Yeah, I agree with Crystal for the second time in a
See,
session.
we're making progress today, Daniel.
This is very strange.
Or, and hear me out here, we could blow up all of the lambs.
Okay, never mind. The progress is gone.
The room is basically like, it looks like it's a wide open field, but there is a door on the other side that kind of looks like it's just sitting in the middle of the field.
Well, they want to leave, so I go over to the door.
Okay, you go over to the door and you open it, right?
Yeah.
All right. You open the door and you find that it is a room that is filled with bookshelves that stretch from floor to ceiling, and that all of the bookshelves are completely filled.
Hey, guys, there's a room full of a bunch of useless paper.
Roll a perception check.
9.
Copper doesn't see anything except the room is filled with books.
Bunch of
useless
useless
room.
paper.
I roll 14.
18.
I'm going to walk over there in perception as well. 19.
So you walk over and you're looking around. Like, you go into the room.
We walk past the sleeping person, make sure not to wake them, and then we walk into the room and start to look around.
Okay, so you start looking around, and the door behind you closes as you walk into the room. And you see that the shelves are completely lined with random books that, honestly, Crystal, I don't think you would ever read. There's like one called Sleep My Bunny, The Night Nights, Night Night Jungle, Harold and the Purple Crown, Good Night Yoga, Llama Llama Red Pajama.
Snow, are you just looking up random children bedtime stories?
No, not at all. I can't do that in game. What are you talking about?
Hey, who knows? Maybe Clerk Ken has these books in stock.
Maybe. But you just see that all the shelves are completely filled with these bedtime stories. The higher you go, the more mature the stories are, but none of them very erotic or anything. They're appropriate. They're
Dang it.
appropriate. But the whole room is completely filled with stories in many different languages.
That it?
Yeah, that's it. There's also a golden statue sitting in the middle on a table.
Oh, I go and I tip it over.
You tip it over.
Yep.
Okay, a bookshelf slides forward and then moves to the left.
I'm a genius.
And there is a door behind it.
You're welcome. It could have also been a giant boulder that fell from the sky in the cylindrical room and crushed all of us, but I was banking on a hidden door.
Okay.
At least it didn't summon a monster.
So there's the door that's behind you and that you came through, and then there's the door that is behind the shelves.
I pick a book off the shelf.
You pick a book off the shelf?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the new door that Crystal found.
You pick the book and you can't read.
I just pick a book.
It has the picture of a dinosaur on it, and the dinosaur is holding a stuffed animal.
That's so cute. Okay. I take this book and I go back to the old room and I lay it down next to the cave.
Okay, so you go and you open the door that was
Yeah.
behind you guys, and dozens of feathers pour out from the room.
Feathers?
Yeah.
But there's no boy?
No.
Maybe they're down feathers and he made a big pillow.
But the room is starting to slowly fill with feathers.
Copper, how about we either close that door or leave this room?
Yeah, that'd be that would be a good idea. Please,
Okay,
let's
everyone,
move.
through the
That's
new
a lot
door.
of feathers.
Yep, okay, let's...
New door.
They're obstructing my path. Can someone pick me up?
Can I grab Crystal by the scruff of her neck and toss her on my back?
Watch this graph.
Yes, you can.
Woo. Okay, fine. I'm at least somewhere safe. Onward, my valiant steed.
I am not your steed. I will toss you if you call me that again.
Who opens the door?
I'm gonna
Behind the bookshelf. So Stas.
Stas is gonna open the door.
Okay. Stas, when you open the door, you are hit by the sweet smell of flowers and steam.
Great, good for him. Let's go.
And then you guys walk into the room and you can just hear water trickling into a much larger body of water. And the moment you step in the room, you find yourself stepping into like this warm pool of water. And there's
I
columns.
swear I did not pee here.
There are columns all around the room, and you can see that there's like this steps that lead into this water. And it's almost like a square, but the room is filled with steam. It's very relaxing.
I've always wanted to go to a sauna.
This would be nice, except for the fact that we just came through a library, and now I'm just concerned.
But you don't see any other way out of this room except for the door that you came into.
So there's a big... Can you describe it again, the room?
The room is basically just rectangular. There is a giant pool of water in the center, and there's steps that are leading like all around the rim that are leading up out of the water and down into the water. There are columns all around the room that kind of like evenly spaced. Kind of reminds you of like a Roman bathhouse. There's like a
I go
statue,
into the water.
but there's only one door that leads out of the room.
I jump into the water too.
Okay, you jump into the water. You feel refreshed. And it's honestly the nicest thing that you have been able to do during this journey. And you get a +1 to hit for a little while. You feel so good.
All right. Hey guys, you can do this because I'll drown, but can anyone go to like the bottom of the pool and see if there's anything down there?
It's very shallow, so you really can't dive, but go for it.
Okay, well, I could dive because I'm sure the
You
pool...
could die.
I could also drown. You can drown in 2 inches of water. Thank you very much.
I guess I'm going to go to see if there's anything on the bottom of the pool.
Okay, so Stas just walks to the center, sticks his head under, and just looks around. There's nothing. It just seems like it's stone.
Wait, you said there's a statue?
There's a statue on the other side of the pool that's pouring water into the area. That's where the trickling is
I'll
coming
let
from.
you guys inspect the statue. I'm going to relax here.
Spark just relaxes in the water, and he feels great.
I could take a nap.
You could drown if you do that, so be
I
careful.
could drown, so I'm going to put my head up on the ledge and lay down in the pool.
You are very comfortable. This has been like the nicest thing you've ever experienced. It's like the first real bath.
Boys, listen. Pay attention, gentlemen.
Hey, you told me to shove my head underwater,
Okay,
so
well,
I'm
now
just
you
doing...
did good. Everyone else is like chillaxing.
So do we just need to push down all the columns or giant statue again as per the last room?
The columns stretch from floor to ceiling.
Okay, we're not
And they're
pushing
attached.
those down.
But see, the only thing I'm worried about is if we tried to enter the last room and a bunch of feathers poured out, how do we know if we knock this statue over and there's water flowing through it that the statue won't knock over and water will start flowing into the room and then we'll all drown? I'm
I don't know.
very
You could
scared
try
of
whatever.
drowning. Wait. Hold up. Like, stop for 2 seconds here.
Uh-huh.
You said there's nothing at the bottom of this pool.
There's nothing at the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing that's on the bottom of the pool are your feet.
I stare at the edge of the pool
You stare at the edge of the pool.
intently to see if the water level is rising.
The water level remains the same.
Okay, so this pool is getting refreshed with water, but there is no drain at the bottom of the pool.
There's a magical drain.
Where is it going?
My God.
What if that's the exit? Think about it.
So why would an exit be higher than an entrance for water?
You guys are in here probably about 20 minutes and nothing changes in the room. The water just keeps flowing, but it doesn't get any higher.
So yeah, I'm still wondering where this water's coming.
I am still relaxed.
Well,
Someone try redirecting the water to see if I don't know what I'm doing here. Do you have any ideas, Daniel?
Well, we can either sit here, or we can push over the statue,
Vandalism. I like where you're going.
or we can see if there's anything on the columns, perhaps.
What was that, Spark?
I rolled a perception, which was a very poor roll, so I don't know if I see anything.
I mean, you are just looking around the room and you see the exact same things that we've been describing, that there's columns. I mean, the only other thing that you might see is like there are some decorations on the walls that are very like pretty and ornate. But beyond that, nothing's really any different.
Guys, you just need to relax. What if the way we get out is all of us taking a bath?
Okay. There is a door behind you, and that is the only way out.
But this is the door we came from.
I've said this 3 times now.
This is the door we came from.
I'm going to go out the way we came.
Okay, Stas is done with his bath. He goes back up to the door. He pulls on the handle, and as he opens it, you see this very well-lit room where an older gentleman with smiling eyes and a gray beard, balding head, is sitting on a porcelain chair of some kind.
Hey,
His legs are bare, and he seems to be deeply invested in a book
Snow.
he is
Snow.
holding.
Excuse me, Snow.
What
It
happened to
smells
the
a little
feathers?
bit.
Excuse me, Snow.
He screams when he sees you,
I
and the
don't-
door shuts before you can enter.
A porcelain chair.
well,
so he's sitting on the toilet.
I saw nothing. I saw absolutely nothing. Nothing was seen today. I was blind.
Okay, well, Snow,
Open the door again.
I don't mean to alarm you, but if you remember correctly, that's the door we came from,
Yeah.
which means that's where the library is, not a man sitting on the toilet. Oh my gosh, wait. Was that you in 50 years writing material for this game?
I'm not an old man.
In 50 years, who knows?
It's a time door.
Can I open the door again?
Stas goes to open the door again, and you see 4 people sitting around a table. The table's covered with books and paper, but it looks like they're rolling dice, and they're all laughing and having
I
a
enter
good
the
old time. The moment you try to enter the room, a force pushes you back, and the door closes.
No.
Oh, my turn. I want to open the door.
Okay, Spark goes up, and he opens the door.
Whoa.
I mean,
I said my
Copper.
turn.
Copper goes up and opens the door.
What do you get? Let's see.
You find yourself back in the hallway that you started in.
Boring. I don't want it.
Okay, so you turn around and you open the door again and you start to go back the other way. Oh, this is too much fun. And the moment that you open the door, the room, it looks like it's basically like pitch black and these tentacles shoot out and they reach out and they grab the door handle and they close it.
Oh, I
What was
guess
that?
it really didn't want visitors.
Hey, how about we stop messing with the door before Cthulhu himself wants revenge from his babies and tries to rip out our spleens? Let's figure out what's making it go where.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Spark?
have an idea.
Okay,
I have an idea.
right?
I draw one of my cards.
Okay, you draw a card. It looks like Quentin wants to draw the card for you.
Well, I mean, he's not here.
What did I draw? What happened?
2 of spades.
So you pull out the 2 of spades and 2 good berries appear in your inventory because you don't really have hands. They just drop in front of you.
Well,
Okay.
There is only the door behind you at this point. Otherwise, leaving.
I open the door again.
Okay. This time when you open the door, you see the blue cloaked figure with a fish on the back of his cloak standing over a bucket that is smoking. And he is running around the room. Well, he was standing over the bucket, but he starts to run around the room. And you see that there are some flames kind of like just sitting around at different areas. And he's running around trying to stomp them out.
I attack.
Okay, so Copper
Crystal,
immediately
Eldritch
runs in the
Bark.
room and attacks. Please roll your initiative.
Guys, I found out how to solve the puzzle.
Oh my god.
21.
12.
I got a 19.
15.
So Copper, the man is basically just, he has his back facing towards you as he's like stomping out a flame. The room is filled with tables and potions and a few other items, but you're not really paying attention to them. But everything is kind of pushed to the sides of the room. And he is on the right side of this circular room, stomping out a flame.
Okay. Let me look. I'm gonna turn into a snake. Big snake. I will move closer towards him.
Okay, so you do. So you run in and you, as you are running, you turn into a snake, which you end up slithering closer to him.
Yeah.
So that is your turn. Crystal, it is now your turn.
I would just bark.
Okay, roll to
In
hit.
his face.
Okay, roll at disadvantage if you're going for his face
Okay,
directly.
no, I'm not going for his
Okay,
face
so
directly.
roll your regular then.
Thank you. 17 to hit.
Okay, 17 hits.
That's 7 damage.
Okay, and then it is going to be Spark's turn.
I also run towards him.
Okay,
Spark, use the ball and get a sneak attack.
you actually already have that right now.
Get a sneak attack.
How far is he away again?
So the room is probably only about 30 feet. It's not a very big room. You can move up to your full movement in this room. He's probably 15 feet away.
Okay, listen. Fine. Crystal jumps off the table, starts to walk over to Claire. Look, Claire, and she points right there on your sheet. It says sneak attack, which means since it's a surprise round right now, he doesn't know you're coming, which means you can stab him right in the spleen for an additional d6 damage. Not directly to the spleen, but it is just because he's unaware.
Okay, I do that.
There we go. Shank him in the spleen.
Okay, so you still need to roll to hit.
So it's whatever you roll to hit. If it hits, you do your normal damage plus an additional d6.
Yep.
Why won't it let me? What the hell? It's not letting me click it to roll it.
Isn't that 14 the roll?
The 14 is the
That's
roll.
a dagger. That was a dagger. I was clicking randomly.
No, that's your to hit.
Yeah, that's the dagger.
That's your
It
to
rolls
hit.
the daggers to hit die.
Oh, it's a modifier. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so 14 it looks like.
Okay, so it misses. You go up and you try to basically shank the guy, but he's stomping with his right leg, and as he lifts the leg, you try to stab him and you miss because of that.
You missed.
Stas, it is
Do I
your
at least
turn.
startle him?
No. He's already
Damn it.
you're already getting a surprise round. There's no reason that he would.
Ah.
Wait. He's still stomping the ground?
He was stomping the ground and
Still stomping the ground.
around. He doesn't get to act in this round.
Okay.
But yes, he starts to react when he gets hit, but
Oh, okay.
so far
I
nobody's
was just making
You're
sure.
the only one that hit him, so he's actually reacted to that. He's kind of got a little surprised, but like what happened is everything happens within a 6-second period.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just making sure that he was reacting because for a second I thought he might have been under his own spell and it would have been really funny.
No. When you struck him with the eldritch bark. It hit him in the back and it knocks him forward, but his right leg was still up in the air as he was stomping. So he's kind of like awkwardly falling forward.
Okay, great.
Okay. Stas, it is your turn.
I'm going to hit him with my quarterstaff.
Please roll to hit.
Boop the man on the head.
15.
It hits. Please roll your damage.
5.
Don't you do more damage because you're a big dog? Or is that only with your bite attack? And
I
if
think
it
it's
is,
only bite.
and if it is with your bite attack, why don't you just bite things?
Because I have a quarterstaff.
Okay.
You bop the guy on his hip with the staff, and he starts to fall the other way, and he catches himself, and he kind of floats for a second. He says, "What are you doing?" And his hood falls back, and you see that it's the same old man that was in the bathroom.
Oh, geezer, man. But you're wearing the cloak of the person who took our
Each of you
people.
needs to roll a will save, or a wisdom saving throw.
Is it because he still smells like poop?
That would be a con.
You're right. Okay, fair enough. I got an 11. 17 for me.
17.
Look at me and Daniel twinning.
Spark.
Okay. I almost clicked on regular wisdom. Oh, no. 16.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you guys kind of feel the effect of your eyelids feeling a little bit heavy, but you resist the urge to fall asleep, and you kind of stand there, and he says, "You need to calm down."
Give me one
Maybe?
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't bark you where you stand.
Because I'm saving your masters.
From
what?
The Dream Eaters.
Okay, then why were you
why are they
there
here?
at the same time as they were?
Because I got there a little late.
You should work on punctuality. Is that a word?
Punctuality.
There you go.
He's like,
I don't know when they were going to show up. Besides, why are you in my house attacking me?
Well, why did you take our masters without any explanation?
Why'd you put him under a trance?
It's a test. I'm also looking for my next apprentice.
Oh,
Arthur-
do go on.
It cannot be an animal.
Well, then.
he looks at you and says,
I'm sorry, but your lifespans are not long enough.
That's doggist.
You're being ageist.
For the arduousness of the task I have at hand, there is an evil that is arising, and my power is waning. I cannot hold them back for much longer.
So, aren't there slightly less convoluted ways of doing this? Like
Warning
telling
people.
Regular people cannot fight them.
Can you still just, tell them about it?
That won't do anything. They exist in a plane of immateriality.
So,
They steal the dreams and consciousness of the people, and they do not have the will to resist them.
So basically, the solution to this problem was to kidnap a whole bunch of people without their consent and without letting them know why you were doing anything.
And then leave everyone who's dependent on them to die.
For a wizard, you're kind of stupid. I'm gonna be honest.
For
did say
dogs,
he
you're
was
really
old.
stupid.
We're not.
I'm illiterate.
case in point. But he looks
Copper,
at you.
that's not helpful.
But he looks at you guys and he says,
You don't understand. They will go back the way as if nothing changed. But I had to do it this way. There is no other choice. The darkness is coming, and it would have been too late if I did not take them. I cannot fight the darkness much longer.
So, why didn't you just tell them and then take them?
Like, give them a heads up, being like, yo, there's a threat. I'm gonna help you. Also, if there's a threat, why did you only abduct one town?
Because that's what they're targeting. They are not going after the closer towns. I'm trying to find out where they are coming from. They seem to only go outward from this area.
he looks like he's struggling to think for a moment, and then he goes back. But you can see that he's like having a hard time breathing, and he looks very, very weak.
I cannot explain this right now. I will return them. I was finishing up. There is not one among them that I can use yet. They will go back to the village.
And then be under the same threat that they were before.
Not if you're there.
So,
And he also looks at you. Sorry, Daniel, but he looks at you and says,
I have been working on something to protect them as well. Every village that I have gone to, I have done this. It just takes time to create, but it requires their essence as well.
Explain that further because the context.
I cannot explain that to you. Your brains cannot understand it.
Or maybe your brain's just too dumb to learn how to explain it.
Okay, Crystal, you need to roll a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Aha, it's still a 15.
It's still a 15?
Yep.
Okay. You feel the effect of sleep kind of come over you a little bit heavier, but you resist the urge to fall asleep.
Your feeble tricks will not work on me, old man.
He's trying to explain to you why he did what he did, and he's doing it to the best of his ability, but he's struggling.
Sucks.
So you're trying to be helpful by not informing anyone of anything.
They don't need to know of the darkness. Knowing gives it power.
That makes sense. Okay, I'm good here. The master's okay?
They are fine.
Oh, okay.
They will return better than they were.
So they're in like a mind thingy?
They are experiencing life in the village as before they left it.
Wouldn't you just put us in there too? And then we're back with them?
He says,
I am going to send them back. I just need a few more moments to complete this, and then they will be back.
Okay, we're good here.
So we can trust him?
I sit.
you can roll your insight check if you would like.
I crit.
I rolled a 21,
Okay.
which is also a crit.
Okay, you guys, Stas and Spark, you feel that you can completely trust this person. There is not a single thought of doubt that he has any ill intention and that he will keep his word. You also get this feeling that that the power that he has is very, very old. And that he kind of knows
How
what he's
old
doing.
are you?
We already discussed this. This is Snow from 60 years from now.
I am not a human.
60 years from now. No, he says,
You're not a human.
That's it concerning.
I am older than time.
Oh, wait.
Wait, are you the Eldritch?
Yeah, there is an Eldritch person. Yeah, I think it's
no.
called the Ancient One or something.
No. Okay,
You know him?
that might have been just a little bit of an exaggeration. That was a joke. You guys really aren't good at jokes, are you?
Well, we're just stupid dogs now, aren't we?
No,
Yeah.
I do not remember how old I am. That is something that was lost to me many years ago.
How many years ago? Because then we could find it out.
I honestly don't know.
God, I'm about to flip this table.
I'm doing
Table
my
flip.
job.
Okay.
Wait, so the wizard's gonna flip the table?
That
Oh.
takes some impressive strength.
He goes over to try and flip a table. He can't even lift it.
You're not wrong. You are getting venerable.
Why do you think I am
Wait,
looking?
he doesn't have a spell to just flip the table with that old magic.
Mage Hand, for example, only has a 5 pound
Yeah, I think it's 5
amount of
pounds.
force. It doesn't do anything with strength.
Okay, so you're telling me that all four of us banded together, crossed the country, stole a boat, and are now wanted by multiple local authorities, all for nothing?
That is not my concern. I did not know that beings such as yourself still existed. I thought you were wiped out with the war.
What boy?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
boy.
my analysis of you being kind of stupid from a few minutes ago. Yep, that holds up. That holds up.
Stas, roll a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay, also, what's with all the creepy rooms?
15.
18.
Okay. You guys feel that wave
Man, that would have been another crit.
a wave of exhaustion kind of flow over you again, but you manage to stay awake.
Okay, what's with all the creepy rooms? The boy sleeping in a field, library,
It-
sauna.
The tower was made to protect me from the darkness. If you use magic and you come into the tower and the tower doesn't recognize you, it moves the rooms around. It's also kind of a funny party prank.
So what about the, So wait, you were in the bathroom earlier?
Yes.
Is that your daily bowel movement?
Yes.
Sorry about that one.
Well,
What
who are those
people?
other people playing games? Who else is in this tower?
There is
I opened a door and there was people playing a game. It looked like a game of sorts.
There is one room in this house that shows you something that your brain cannot completely comprehend.
What about the boy sleeping in the field?
It was probably a boy sleeping in a field.
There's a field in the tower?
Sometimes the room will bring you to random locations outside of the tower that it finds peaceful or relaxing.
Oh, then I hope you don't miss your book. I gave the boy a book.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
You couldn't
There
remember.
were feathers. Why do you have so many feathers?
For making pillows.
Yeah, you were gonna go back and then there were feathers.
Pillows.
He did say it was for down.
Okay,
Down.
we're getting way off topic. Why
You'll
are
have
we
a
here
pillow
then?
making room.
It was this whole thing for nothing?
No, it was not for nothing, because now I could use your help. I will send the villagers back, but when I call upon you,
A quest.
I may need your assistance in dealing with this power.
Okay, now that's all fine and dandy and all.
And he looks at you and he says,
Maybe I should explain something.
Oh, please finally do.
I am a man that exists in the realm of dreams and sleep.
Oh, so you're like
I
the
am-
Sandman.
I am the Sandman.
Oh,
Can you stop putting stuff in my eye?
I didn't put anything in your eye. That's just a body thing. That's not me.
Oh, okay.
I survive off of the dreams of many, but when nightmares come into existence, it saps my essence, and with all the evil and darkness and war in the world, my life has it's seen itself almost to the end. I need to find my apprentice, which is why I cannot tell the villagers. My existence is a secret. It can only be a fairy tale.
so why didn't you just say that when we
Yeah, that would have been like
You
a great
walked
starting
into
off
my
point.
house and started to attack me. Of course,
You
I'm going to be.
kidnapped our owners.
Of course, I'm going to be a little discombobulated.
Oh, just a tad there, sir.
you feel of another wave wash over you. Roll your wisdom saving throw.
Okay, well, what's in it for us for helping you?
Yes, you roll a disadvantage. Spark, you don't need to roll. You don't need to roll.
Oh, so it'd be like an 18 or something
Yeah.
like that. So,
Yeah, you just feel this wave wash over you.
He says, You would do well to hold your tongue.
He has paws. He can't.
You can hold your tongue with paws.
Eh.
You could also bite your tongue off with your mouth. I mean, it's just like any other being.
Anyways, so what's in it for us for helping you?
What do you want?
What you got?
Knowledge, wisdom, dreams.
Okay, that works. Yeah, I'll chill here.
You cannot stay.
What? Why?
I'm sending your villagers back. You must go to protect them.
All
You will be their champions.
right, I'm gonna take a couple books before I head out, though.
Okay, sure. You take a couple books. From where?
I don't know. You got any in this room?
Oh, yes.
And he walks over to a table and he picks up 3 books and he hands them to you.
What are they?
Goodbye, Moon.
Sir,
I love you always.
Sir.
And go the F to sleep.
Okay, sir, I'll take the last one. The other two, let's be honest here, are a little subpar for what I was looking for.
I thought I gave enough hints with, bedtime stories, filling an entire room, a really relaxing area, sheep jumping over somebody, and they're sleeping. I thought these were great visual,
Okay, listen,
illustrations.
didn't put
anything together.
Listen, Mr. Sandman, I really appreciate it, but unless there's anything really of value for us here, I think I'm just going to head out and go about my business.
He
Thanks
says,
for freeing me.
How are you going to leave?
You can tell.
How are we gonna get home? We broke our
Go
boat.
to sleep.
I mean,
My
we
powers
broke-
are more. My power works only when people are sleeping.
Oh, cool. All right, everyone, back to the sauna. Hey, can we go back to the sauna?
He snaps his fingers and the sauna appears in front of you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, bye, sir. You were a good friend.
I give him a lick on the body part.
Okay, you lick him
I like
on his
this. I get in
hand,
the
kind of
sauna.
wrinkly,
Okay.
but
No.
it's warm. It's like a really weird warmness, and it fills you with brightness, and you feel like you're going to have really good dreams
body
tonight.
part.
Hey, bye, sir.
Goodbye.
All right, I go and take a bath in the sauna and fall asleep.
Okay.
Try not to drown.
Can I just cast Cure Wounds on him to make up for the 5 I hit on him with my quarterstaff?
You can.
Sure, why not? Let's do
then-
that.
Okay, you guys heal the guy. He says, thank you.
Now, please don't walk into people's houses and attack them. That is not what good boys do.
Please don't go around kidnapping our owners.
He looks at you and
don't
says,
know who you messed with.
You mean because you want to kill your master?
Yeah, it makes it a little bit harder. If I don't know where he is, how am I supposed to kill him? At least now I know where he is. Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys all go back into the sauna room, and after a little while, you fall asleep, and then you wake up, and you are by your master's beds. You are by the children's beds, Stas, and you have this inkling that something
Weird
cool,
dream.
something magical happened to you, but you can't really place it. And unfortunately, the memories of the past week fade from your mind. But when you go outside, you see that the village statues have changed. Instead of just holding random weaponry, they are holding shields, and each of them has a symbol drawn on them. And it's almost like, kind of like in the symbol of a cross, almost, but you feel safe and at peace. And then the credits roll.
Yay, credits.
Yay!
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to this very strange cliffhanger ending for our odd doggies. We'll probably be back by wintertime when SAO takes a break, or actually just whenever SAO takes a break. Wahahaha. Anyway, take it away, Justin.
Yeah, so this was a awesome time. I'm really glad to be a part of this series, and now I'm looking forward to winter because I wasn't sure if you were going to continue it or not because I wasn't included on the cliffhanger until it happened. But yeah, so anyway, if you are looking to hear more from me, you can find me over at Lit Gaming Arena. We do a video game podcast where we talk about all the news and the games we're playing and all the fun stuff. Sometimes a little political discussion because it's getting political lately, but we don't go too deep into that. It's just the fact that like when it directly affects gaming, then it's all about the games. We're all about the games at Lit Gaming Arena. Just go find us. We're on all the major platforms: Podbean, Google, Spotify. So yeah, it's a good time.
All right. And thank you again, guys. But here's a big tidbit. If you like the show, you want to talk about the show, you can do so by using the hashtag OddAODPod on Twitter, Instagram, so we can take a look at it. And, you know, if we see that you've tweeted that, we might try to use a name that you pick as an NPC in our SAO campaign coming up. But yeah. All right, guys. See you with SAO when it starts next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh my God, you guys are so disrespectful toward the elderly.
Hey, they started it.
Credits. I think we're disrespectful towards everybody.
This guy was legit. He was legit trying to help your masters. And here you're like, how dare you?
Yeah,
I'm trying to help your masters without
How are
providing
we
you
supposed to
any
know this?
context. Please believe me.
I mean, you're dogs. Why would he have to give you context?
because
You're lesser beings than most humans.
Wow. Yeah, I should have killed him.
No.
But I
He's
don't know if
specious.
you can kill him.
He's specious.
No, I'm just saying, that's basically why would
Our
you guys
DM is
would have been
doggist.
fine That was his opinion. He's like, you're dogs. You know how to take care of yourselves. You're fine. You don't need me to tell you what to do.
Yeah, sure. Because me being
So
locked
we-
up in a cage is really.
We went. You're telling me we went on this whole journey when we could have just stayed and chilled out in their village for a little bit and raided the bakery.
You could have, but wait, there's more. Wait until next season.
Wait, Snow, we're gonna play this again?
Yeah, we're gonna play this again.
Oh, okay, cool.
I told you. I'm making this a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
But oh my God, Crystal.
Yeah?
I'm about to beat you.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. I was looking for nice things while I was out because I had to make it worth my while.
No, you made this so much longer than it needed to be. We could have been done in an hour and 40 minutes. I wouldn't have had to cut as much audio. It would have been great.
But then you would have no content. You're welcome.
There was
Oh
plenty
my
of
God.
content.
You're welcome, Snow. Please give me all the best items. Sincerely.
Oh, no, you got a good item.
Did?
Yeah,
Where?
you're wearing it.
Oh, yeah, what does that do?
You'll find out next season.
Oh,
When is next season gonna be?
Winter, when
Okay.
we have a break. It just depends. And
I swear, when you, Quentin, pushed over the first statue, I'm like, have we learned nothing from Puffin Forest?
Just
Listen.
gotta tip the obelisk statue.
listen, I would have given you guys more descriptors to indicate the island was friendly, but with the whole boxes thing, I was like, well, I
Boxes
don't
of
have time.
explosives.
I don't have time for this. I shouldn't have given you any explosives. That's why I took them away because I was like, this is going to end up really poorly.
Yes, it will.
So I don't know. Like it was we're on this island, and like I don't know. I felt creeped out because it was a jungle, and jungles are
I
creepy.
felt weirded out because it looked really spoopy, but then it looked really nice and everything. So there was like an illusion at play, and I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when a guy doesn't want to be found, and he has to remain a fable.
Really creepy island would make me want to go there more just to kill whatever things.
No, that's not how that works.
That is how that works.
No, because most people are superstitious if they live on an island, if they live on the coast. Boat people are superstitious.
True. Boat people are very superstitious.
Oh my goodness, wait, Bones.
What happened to Bones? Wait, what if he's the next apprentice?
You're looking at us like, oh, maybe.
And then she's just giving us this.
No, I had a better plan.
Ah,
Oh my gosh.
You think that's not
Ooh.
going to be part of your quest?
A better plan.
Oh. You have to find people, a fetch quest. Technically, that's all this was too.
This was literally a fetch quest.
And we got nothing.
Where we fetched nothing.